Thank you very much. Senator Sessions and then Senator Cole.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are very, very important issues, this decision on how to try the people who attacked us on 9/11. It has ramifications. It's not cowering in fear of terrorists to decide the best way for this case to be tried is to be tried by military commission. You've indicated that military commissions can be used, that therefore I assume you believe, Mr. Holder, that a military commission can fairly and objectively try certain of these cases.
Yeah, I think that's right, and that's why I sent 5 of those trials to military commissions. I expect that as I make further determinations, I will be sending other cases to the military commissions as well.
So military commissions are a legitimate way historically that other nations have used, as well as the United States, to try people who violated the rules of war. Is that right?
That is correct, and when appropriate, I will make use of those commissions.
Well, I just want to tell you, I think this is causing quite a bit of concern. I see today that Governor Thomas Kean of New Jersey, who chaired the 9/11 Commission, says he thinks this is a mistake, that it will provide Khalid Sheikh Mohammed the position to be a martyr and a hero among al-Qaeda sympathizers around the world. I would note that Mary Jo White, New York United States Attorney under President Clinton, said it may take 3 years to try these cases. The decision has been strongly criticized, as you know, by Rudy Giuliani, who was mayor of New York when the attack occurred, who also served as Associate Attorney General, was a federal prosecutor himself, and United States Attorney in Manhattan. I take his views seriously. I served under him when he was Associate Attorney General. And he's complained about. Attorney General Mukasey, former Attorney General Mukasey, has also criticized this decision. I don't think the American people are overreacting. I don't think they're acting fearfully. I think they think that this is war, and that the decision you've made to try these cases in federal court represents a policy or a political decision. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Well, it's a policy decision at least, is it not?
It was a policy decision. It was a decision that was case-driven. It's a decision based on the evidence that I know that, frankly, some of the people who have criticized the decision do not have access to. The decision I made was based on my judgment, looking at all of the evidence, talking to the people who have gathered that evidence, and the determination made by me as to where we can best prosecute these cases and come up with the best chances for success. There was not a political component to my decision.
I would offer for the record also, Mr. Chairman, a statement from the 9/11 family members and New York firefighters are strongly opposing this decision.
Without objection.
You indicated in one of your factors, well, first of all, President Obama and you have established a review committee. As I understand it, that committee, the Detainee Policy Task Force, I guess is the correct name of it, which concluded that there is a, quote, presumption that where feasible, referred cases will be prosecuted in an Article III court, close quote. That is a federal criminal court. Is that still the policy of the Department of Justice, that there is a presumption that the cases will be tried in federal court?
That is the presumption, but it's also clearly a presumption that can be overcome, and that's evidenced by the fact that 5 of the people who I made the determination and announced last Friday will be going to military commissions. We make these decisions on a case-by-case basis using the protocol, of which the protocol you mentioned, that, and a part of that is that presumption. But it is not an irrebuttable presumption. It's a presumption and only that.
Well, that's baffling to me from the beginning. I know that was part of the last campaign, and the president criticized President Bush continuously, and many of his allies did, for his conduct of the war on terrorism. But I think the idea that a captured combatant who, if eligible to be tried because they've committed violations of the laws of war, would be tried in military commissions is only common sense and part of our history. Isn't it true that to avoid the presumption that your task force said that it would take compelling factors to change that?
I'm not sure I'd say compelling factors. There's a variety of circumstances that have to be examined, but I also think we have to look at the history of these military commissions that are held out as these shining examples of what ought to be done. There were, as I count, 3 trials, 3 proceedings brought before these military commissions over the great many years that they existed. They had to be reformed as a result of the way in which they were initially set up. We have the Article III courts that have tried these matters before. We have judges who I have great confidence in, prosecutors who I have great confidence in. I also have confidence in the people of New York to sit down and fairly judge these cases and to mete out the appropriate punishment.
Well, I don't think the people are happy with the decision. I think there are clear advantages to trying cases by military commission as opposed to the what can become a spectacle of a trial with high-paid defense lawyers and others focused on using that as a forum. There are a lot of ways that I think compelling that these commission cases can be tried fairly and effectively without many of the problems of the public, the normal trial. With regard to the specific decision that you made, I noticed you referred to the Cole and to another case in which a military person was killed. But isn't it true that on 9/11, the United States Pentagon, the center of our defense establishment, was directly attacked by the people who had declared war upon us?
Yeah, there's no question that is true. One of the factors that I considered in making this determination. The number of people who were killed on 9/11 were largely civilians, though there was obviously a very grievous and heinous act that occurred at the Pentagon. But because of the fact that this was an act that occurred on our shores with a victim population that was largely civilian, among other things, including the admissibility, my desire to ensure that certain evidence would be admitted. It was my determination that bringing that case in an Article III court made the most sense.
Well, certainly military personnel were killed on 9/11. They attacked our Pentagon, and I don't think we should give a preference to military commission trials simply because the enemy attacked civilian people rather than military people. Thank you very much.